Yesterday, everybody was freaking out because the Dolphins posted what was supposed to be a highlight video for Tua and his new star wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, and it backfired. I don't know who was running the Dolphins social media team that day, but they need to be fired as soon as possible. The quote-unquote highlight video they posted was one of the worst things I've ever seen, and it was a terrible look for Tua. In that highlight video, it was only roughly 15 seconds, but people were still criticizing Tua because one, when he threw the ball, it looked like he used all the power in the world and it barely went anywhere. Two, the ball was wobbling in the air. And last but not least, number three, the most concerning part, is Tyreek Hill had to basically receive it like a punt. I talked about it in yesterday's video and I still stand on it. Are we really about to overreact to one practice throw? Come on, man. Like, seriously, is that what we come to? You gotta be kidding me. If Aaron Rodgers, who else? Josh Allen, anybody in that category, they make that throw, nobody's talking about it. Why were people talking about it? Why was it trending? Because right now it's popular to hate on Tua. I'm not all too sure where this hatred came from because he's such a great guy and he's barely been in the NFL. The only thing I can assume is that people are jealous and they don't think he's going to be that good. Here's how I stand on Tua. Dating back to high school, he's a great and humble kid, comes from a great family, he donates to charity, he does so many awesome things off the field. He's also a really good teammate and he's not going to cause any problems off the field. From a mental standpoint, he's your dream quarterback. Now, when you start talking about arm talent and overall talent in general, that's a different story. As much as I love Tua, he went to Alabama, that's my favorite college football team. I'm not exactly on the hype train. I haven't jumped off of the train, but I'm hanging on by a thread. And the reason for that is because this year coming up in the NFL, it's going to tell us a lot. In his first year, he was dealing with Ryan Fitzpatrick and he just never got the keys to the offense, and last year, it wasn't so good. Last year was a big mess because the Dolphins started out 1-7, and it just seemed from the start that season was a waste. Last year, not just for Tua, but the entire organization for the Dolphins, it was weird because you had the whole situation with Brian Flores, and then there was rumors that Tom Brady was going to go there. It was just a mess. I like Brian Flores. I think he's a great coach, and they did him wrong. But I don't really think he was standing up for Tua, and I didn't like that about him. Anytime there were rumors about the Dolphins going after Deshaun Watson or getting another quarterback, he never stood up for Tua. That's one thing I absolutely hated. You have to stand up for your franchise quarterback. I thought that was a really bad look, and it was embarrassing that his head coach wouldn't take up for him when everyone in the media was throwing shots at him. I get it. You may not like Tua, and you may not think he's going to take you to a Super Bowl, but you gotta stand up for your guys. Fast forward in time to our current date, Mr. Tua is now heading into his third season of the NFL, and that's the year for really every quarterback, now that I think about it, where it's make or break. Your first year, you're always going to get the benefit of the doubt. Your second year, that's a growing year. And the third year is when you're really supposed to take that leap. Also, too, we got to take into account his first and second year, he was coming back and dealing with injuries nonstop. But now he's as healthy as ever. He's got great wide receivers in Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, got a great tight end. He's set up for success. If he doesn't have a great, and not just a good, but a great year next year, the Dolphins are going to move on, and I think you have to. A lot of people in the organization still aren't too happy they drafted Tua over Justin Herbert, but that's a different conversation for a different day. When you got people in your own organization that don't believe in you, it adds some more pressure. I think Tua is going to handle the pressure fine because there's pressure when you go to Alabama, and he dealt with it all throughout his career. With all that being said, he's nowhere even close to being elite, and I see him and Baker Mayfield in the same boat. I'm not talking about personality-wise, but as far as where I'd rank them in quarterbacks, they're around that 16, 17, 18 range. You don't look at Tua and think he can be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and the same thing can be said for Mayfield right now. As much as I want Tua to succeed, I really do, I just don't think he will ever be that elite, outstanding quarterback. I'm not saying he can't be a starter in the NFL, but I just never see him getting inside that top 6 or top 8 or maybe even that top 10. It's not really the arm strength that worries me, and I've never understood where that argument comes from because last time I checked in the NFL, you can't throw it 80 yards every play. You got to dink and dime your way down the field. Look at what Tom Brady did at the Patriots for years. He threw 5 to 10 yard passes. And guess what Tua's best strength is? 5 to 10 yard passes. He's extremely accurate, and that's why he's in the NFL. I believe he's going to prove a lot of doubters wrong, but I also believe he'll never be a top 5 quarterback. Like I said, time will tell, and I don't want to give my full opinion or evaluation on him until after next season. I think everybody's looking at it the wrong way. My biggest concern with Tua, even dating back to Alabama, was can he stay healthy? We've said it before, we're going to say it again. Your best ability is availability. That's what's hurt him the most, and two, when you're always injured, it's hard to stay in a rhythm as an athlete. So if he can get over that injury bug, I think he's going to have a breakout season. Anyways, getting back on topic to the main focal point of this video, that throw, that video, everyone was joking on him. We talked all about that in the previous video we posted last night. If you want to see more, you can go check that one out. Tua's not a big social media person. He's not like a Baker Mayfield. He don't care what people say about him, and that's why I personally like him. He's been getting criticized the past 1 to 2 years, and he hasn't said a single thing about it on social media. But however, his new teammate, his new star teammate, his new wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, he spoke up about it. Mr. Tyreek posted his own highlight video of Tua and Tyreek, and I gotta say, it was impressive, and that is the video that the Dolphins should have posted. In this 17-second clip, Tua, he looks money, and he looks like that Alabama primetime Tua that was so highly hyped up. Highly hyped up, what a word. Why did I even say that? In this video clip, Tyreek said, "Can y'all chill or not? We talking about practice." At Tua, hashtag Dimes, hashtag Uno, he messed that up, and hashtag Soul Runner. Come on, man, we talking about practice. If you don't know what that's from, you live under a rock. You know people are still going to try to find a way to hate on it. For example, this person said, "Yeah, we shouldn't trust what a practice video shows. It's enough to watch the last mediocre seasons and lack of an arm." Look, I'm not going to go through and try to find and read all these hate comments. You can go look at them for yourself. There's literally thousands. I'm going to end this video off short and simple. The Tua hate, it's too much. Now, I'm not saying he should be getting praised, but all the hate, it doesn't make sense. I do want to read off this tweet because I'm glad some people paid attention last year. This person said, "Tyreek Hill just did more for Tua in one tweet than Brian Flores did in 2 years." That is exactly what I was talking about early on in this video. Brian Flores never took up for his starting quarterback. And I get it, everybody knew. He didn't necessarily like Tua at quarterback, but he wasn't that bad. It's not like he was out here throwing the game and he was hurting the team that bad. I'm not saying Tua was Josh Allen-esque out there and he was saving the day, but he wasn't really losing games. And when I say losing games, I mean he wasn't throwing 4 to 5 interceptions. I'm happy for Tua. It seems like things are at an all-time high. He's got new receivers. He's finally healthy. He's due for a good year. His first 2 years for the Dolphins, let me know if you can relate to this. When I was watching the games and just watching practice and everything going on with the team, I never got the feeling and I never got the vibe that things were okay. It just felt weird and felt like there was that tension between Tua and the coaching staff. He's now got a new coaching staff, new receivers. Hopefully, he turns things around. I got a lot of respect for Tyreek, and that's awesome what he did. Because let's say he don't even mean it, and let's say he doesn't believe in Tua at quarterback. The fact he tweeted that out there, it goes to show, and it proves to Tua that his teammates, they got his back. It's little stuff like that that can boost a quarterback's confidence, and that is the one position where if you don't have confidence, you're going to get destroyed. I'm going to show you last year's numbers real quick, and I'm going to tell you what I think they should look like next year, or if he wants to keep his job, what they should look like. He had 2,600 yards last year, not good. He needs to at least have 3,500 next year, and I'd say more around 3,700. He only had 16 touchdowns, not too good. He needs to have around 30, and 10 interceptions. That wasn't bad. As long as he stays around that, he should be A-okay. And his QBR, it needs to be around 60, 62-ish. You don't want a QBR of 50, because on a scale of 1 to 100, that's average. And Tua wasn't drafted 5th overall to be average. He's supposed to be a franchise guy. He's supposed to be the next big thing, so he's going to have to step it up. I can tell you one thing for sure. If he throws for 2,600 yards, has 16 touchdowns with a QBR of 49.7, he won't be the starter there much longer. I'm very curious. Let me know what you think about this down below. A lot of kudos and big ups to Tyreek for standing up for his quarterback. I respect that. Let me know, guys.